Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Few Days. This morning's breakfast is my take on Japanese okonomiyaki. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's essentially a savoury pancake filled with all kinds of veggies from cabbage to mushrooms to spring onions. It is so simple to make and honestly really delicious. Once you've made your pancake batter with all of the veggies, I place it in a non-stick pan and fried it with the lid on for a few minutes, before then flipping it and cooking it again, but this time with some cheese. You can also add pork belly or bacon with this to add some extra protein. I then top mine with Kewpie mayo, HP sauce because it's easier to get than the traditional okonomiyaki sauce, parmesan cheese, mushrooms, and spring onions. Oh, that flavour. Cheese. This is unreal. For dinner, I headed into Central, and on my way, I finished reading A Waiter in Paris by Edward Chisholm, and I absolutely loved it. It was a profound and fascinating deep dive into the life of an aspiring waiter and writer in Paris. I highly recommend it. Now onto food. I had been invited to check out this lovely Italian restaurant called Lucci. Our table was right next to the enormous glass window looking out onto the street, which was so fantastic. So for starters, we chose to get the pane al forno, which was a pizza bread topped with tuna, the zucchini fritters, and the fritto misto. I have to say, the zucchini fritters were so delicious. Crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, perfectly seasoned, and I also just loved how they were deep fried in discs rather than in sticks. The fried seafood platter was tasty, but the prawns had their shells on and then were deep fried, so you had to peel away the batter to eat the prawn, which I was a little bit confused about, but the rest of the seafood dish was delicious. For main, we shared a wood oven prosciutto pizza, the porchetta, the homemade prawn pasta. The pasta was so fresh, gently chewy, and the sauce was tangy, seasoned, and abundant, which I loved. The porchetta was, I have to say, my favourite. The flavours were gorgeously matched and the porchetta melted in your mouth. For dessert, we shared this show-stopping tiramisu. It was very creamy and indulgent. All in all, good prices and lovely food. Good morning. Oh, actually no, it's afternoon. So I must admit I didn't have breakfast today. I was so full from last night that I literally woke up this morning and I was like, I think I need to fast because I can't eat anything else. But anyway, for lunch, I am cooking something from my new cookbook. The world is your dumpling. The pre-order link is in the description below, so check it out if you like. I'm going to be making my pork vermicelli cabbage rolls, and I am so excited because they are so unbelievably delicious. They're juicy, spicy, tangy, fishy, saucy. Oh, they are so good. So let's get into it. Before I get onto the recipe, I actually just want to take a little moment to plug my book a bit, because you guys, this is the biggest project I have ever done and I am so incredibly proud of it. It's got 80 dumpling recipes in it, inspired by dumpling dishes, ingredients and flavours from around the world. You've got quick 10-minute recipes for when you have no time at all, and then it ranges up to weekend projects that are super fun activities to do alone or with a friend. It is currently reduced and is only £16.65, so go check it out. The link is in the description below. I would be so unbelievably grateful if you could order a copy. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Now, these cabbage dumplings are to die for. They take less than 30 minutes to make and are easy to make veggie as well. Dipping sauce as well. Oh my goodness, those flavours are phenomenal, if I do say so myself. It's perfectly spiced, sweet, herby, fresh. If you're looking for something to have on a summer's day, this is what you need, my friend. Double chef's kiss. We then got back from the gym in the evening and really fancied a Thai curry. So this is the Thai curry paste I always use. They have a green one and a red one. It's the best and nothing compares to it. So once we fried off the chicken, we added in a spoonful of the Thai curry paste. You really only need a tablespoon or so because it's very intense in aromatics and pretty spicy. So compared to a supermarket Thai curry paste, for example, where you pour in the whole pot, just don't do that with this one because it will ruin the dish and it will be way too spicy. Once that's all mixed in, we added in the coconut milk, the sliced aubergine, the chickpeas, fish sauce for extra seasoning, and voila, the finished product, my friend. Radio, it is currently 10 to 2. Really craving a dish that I used to make all the time, and you'll recognise it if you watch my last YouTube video. I went to the Asian supermarket and I bought rice cakes. Now, if you've never had these before, they're essentially like glutinous, stodgy, little tubular. Let me show you. No. See? They're famous for being in this dish called tteokbokki. It's a Korean dish where you basically make a gorgeously red sauce from gochujang, gochugaru, which are the kind of red pepper chili flakes, and paste. You then pair it with a few sauces like soy sauce, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, a bit of sugar here and there, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of ginger. I'm using some extra veggies in this recipe just to make it a little bit healthier, and it's just so delicious. I'm then going to top it with Kenji and my kimchi, homemade kimchi. Kenji is the king of fermented goods, and he came over and we did a collaboration together, so this is delicious. Yeah, so let's make the dish. I've chopped up some red onion and lots of garlic. You also want to chop up some ginger because this really awakens the dish and makes it feel alive. Fry that all up in a pan with some oil and leave it to fry for a little bit, like a few minutes. I've then also added in some chopped courgettes for some veggies, followed by gochujang, light soy sauce, fish sauce, sugar, and gochugaru flakes. Those are your kind of main ingredients. Make sure to taste the sauce and then adapt it based on your preferences, and then add in your rice cakes, followed by fish stock, water, or veggie stock, whatever tickles your fancy. Leave that to bubble away until the rice cakes have softened and are super squidgy. Serve it up in your favorite bowl, and then I've topped mine with Kenji and my homemade kimchi and some spring onions. I'm so excited for this. For those of you who haven't had it before, look, I'm trying so you can hear the chew. Sounds kind of gross, I'm sorry, but it's super chewy, so flavorful. It's spicy, sweet, tangy. So you got the homemade kimchi on the top. We've then got these little rice cakes. I could eat this all day long, to be honest. I will see you at dinner. Whenever I get ice cream, I get 2 scoops, one creamy and one fruity. They balance each other out and is so good. So I went for cherry and Ferrero Rocher. Henry, on the other hand, went for dark chocolate and after eight. For dinner, we went to So Thai. It was such a warm day, so we sat outside on the pavement, which was just so summery and gorgeous. For starters, we got a sharing platter with all kinds of fun bits and bobs, which I highly recommend. That is sweet chili sauce, and this one is satay sauce. We had an array of dumplings, prawn toast, summer rolls, and satay chicken, along with a Singer beer that paired beautifully with all the spicy flavours. Our mains came out and Henry got the Kiss Me pork belly, which was rich, salty, saucy, and very easy to eat. I, on the other hand, got khao soi, which has these crispy noodles on top, super lovely. That was it for the night. Once we'd had our breakfast, we headed into Soho because my friend was exhibiting her art at an art gallery there. All her paintings are a combination of architectural design and bright, bold colours inspired by diary maps from her time living on a small island in Greece. They are beautiful. We then headed to Ole and Steam, where we grabbed an apple, strawberry and ginger drink, the most refreshing thing I've had in a while actually, and their egg and bacon bun, as well as a focaccia sandwich. The sandwich was really full and tasty, but the bun was lacking in flavour a bit, so I wouldn't go for that one again. But anyway, it still fueled us up for our run to Battersea to play mini golf with some friends. We're just back from playing mini golf, and now we're gonna make a gorgeous pesto pork courgette lasagna. Don't get me wrong, I love a classic beef ragu lasagna, but this one was so delicious. I fried up some onions and garlic and then added in some pork mince. You could also use chicken mince or beef mince if you prefer. Courgettes are one of my favourite veggies, so I sliced them up real fine and then added them into the pork mixture once it had cooked off for a few minutes, and then placed on the lid just so everything could steam for a little bit. Meanwhile, I made the bechamel sauce. Now, everyone has their own way of making this, but this is my way and I love it. So just add a big knob of butter into a pan, and once it's melted, add in some plain flour and give it a good whisk. This is your roux. Now, to your roux, you want to add milk to make it more of a bechamel. I then sprinkle in some nutmeg to add depth and earthiness, followed by cheddar cheese. Also, you want to season it with salt and pepper as well. Just give it a taste and adapt it based on your preferences. It should become viscous and taste absolutely delicious. Once that's ready to go, add in your chicken stock to your meat mixture and then top it with some water and thyme. Leave that to thicken a little bit and then everything is ready to go. Now for my favorite part, the layering. Okay, so lay down your lasagna sheets, followed by the pork mixture. Evenly spread that out into a thin layer and then top with your bechamel sauce. Then, optionally, you can add dollops of the ricotta sun-dried pesto on top. Repeat with lasagna sheets, pork mixture, bechamel and pesto. The thinner the layers you do, the more pasta sheets you'll be able to fit in, so basically just do it however you fancy. On the last layer, top with cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, then cover with a sheet of tin foil. This is so that the pasta cooks with all of that lovely moisture and doesn't burn or crisp up too early. Place it into the oven for 30 minutes and then for another 20 to 30 minutes without the sheet of foil so that it can really crisp up and go all delicious and yum, 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 yum. Look at that, my friend. Oh, it looks so delicious. Oh my God, it looks incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. If I do say so myself, this is honestly your sign to make lasagna using anything in your fridge. Honestly, it's so simple, so fun, so delicious. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to go and watch some of my other What I Eat in a Week videos. If you fancy subscribing, liking, or leaving a comment, I would love that too. See you next time.